Welcome to yet another episode of our show Pilgrimage Tour. I am your host Alisha Bajracharya. Needless to mention, where am I at today? A magical place that UNESCO World declared the heritage site in the year 1979 and also dominates the beautiful skyline of Kathmandu city for many good reasons. Hence, it is one of the world's largest stupa, Bodhi stupa. Our today's destination is Guru Lakhang Monastery, which is situated directly opposite the steps of magnificent and glorious Baldanath Stupa. There are various interconnected alleyways to our destination, Guru Lakhang Monastery, but the main entrance that leads to Baldanath Stupa would be the very easy and major access to our today's destination, Guru Lakhang Monastery. So viewers, get ready to witness the charm of the vicinity and the courtyard around the splendid Baldanath Stupa that makes for a serene sight. It's 9 a.m. in the morning. In the harsh stillness of morning, you could see thousands of devotees, pilgrims, and monks in scarlet robes chanting prayers and doing as many as 108 koras around the Baldanath Stupa. In the repeated gongs of bell, unending clamor, thousands of chanting voices raised in prayers, you'll somehow find peace. It is believed that the Baldanath Stupa contains the relics of holy Kakshapa Buddha that makes it extremely holy and a revered place for thousands of devotees and pilgrims from all across the world. Also, taking Kora, meaning circumambulation around the stupa, is believed to be the effective act of penance for the sins, and your detour around the Baldanath Stupa wouldn't be complete without taking a Kora along with throngs of devotees you see here. And also, Baldanath Stupa is considered to be a wish-granting jewel. We have reached our today's destination, Guru Lakhang Monastery, commonly known as Tamang Gompa. It is situated directly opposite the steps of famous Baldanath Stupa. The Guru Lakhang Monastery is probably the most visited monastery around this Baldanath Stupa area because of this location and the great view of the stupa. The Guru Lakhang Monastery, opposite the very famous shrine, the Harati Ajima Shrine, that is located outside the famous stupa, is the best location to look around and find the monastery Tamang Gompa, very popularly known as Guru Lakhang Monastery. Gompa is the Tibetan word for monastery. Guru Lakhang Monastery is popularly known as Tamang Gompa for the reason due to majority of ethnic Tamang that lived and practiced Buddhism here. Tamang are the indigenous people that make up to 7% of the total population of our country, Nepal. They are found in mostly parts of Himalayan and mountainous areas of the nation. The genetic history is generally Tibetan, but they have been traced back to Mongolia. Guru Lakhang Monastery is the oldest Nyingma monastery around this area, Baldanath Stupa. Although this monastery belongs to Nyingma sect, it has become the focal point for different Buddhist ritual and tradition. Earlier, this monastery was popularly known as Guru Marman Lakhang Monastery. This monastery was rebuilt in 2063 Bikram Samvat. His Holiness Guru Tulsik Rinpoche performed consecration and inaugurated it. Since then, this monastery has preserved its own Dangter tradition and ritual. There are three main areas of Guru Lakhang Monastery worth checking out, even if you're not into Buddhism and monasteries. Did you know this? There is a huge, giant prayer wheels embossed with Om Mani Padme Hum to the left right after you enter the entrance. I'm sure you have been to this monastery a couple of times. You have visited the splendid Baldanath Stupa, but you have missed out important details of this monastery for sure. From our today's episode, we will take you out to the nooks and corners of Tamang Gompa. The main attraction of this monastery is the beautiful statue of Arya Avalokiteshvara, Padmasambhava Buddha, and Amitabha Buddha. The giant prayer wheel embossed with Om Mani Padme Hum. You can spin around it, but remember to go clockwise around it. What a beautiful decorated Goomba is this. I am awestruck with the elaborated murals throughout the stairway. This is the first floor of Guru Lakhang Monastery, commonly known as Tamang Gompa among the locals out here. We'll remove our shoes here and head straight to the main prayer hall you can see behind me. This is the first floor of Guru Lakhang Monastery, commonly known as Tamang Gompa among the locals out here. We'll remove our shoes here and head down straight to the main prayer hall you can see behind me. As Tamang Gompa, Guru Lakhang Monastery is active, you will see several of monks in the prayer hall during the specific time of the day for chanting and prayer ceremonies or reciting mantras along with big elaborated instrument. If you see several rows of monks sitting opposite each other, just know that they're in the middle of celebratory ritual. So please do not walk straight down the aisle, but instead take the left to the large red column. Refrain yourself from taking too many photographs. You are allowed to take photographs as much as you like in almost every corner of this monastery, but pay some respect and make sure you do not use flash or photographing monks without their permission at that special time of the day during the chanting ceremony. Surrounding the inner wall is a selection of statues of beautifully carved and intricately detailed Buddhas that will lead straight to the central area where we will find the beautiful statue of Padmasambhava. Again, you can encircle around these statues of Buddhas if there's nothing in session. exit the main prayer hallway and ascend the stairway to the next floor. As we make our way up to the another floor of Guru Lakhang Monastery, we couldn't help but notice this elaborated, intricate details of murals all over the walls. All of these murals are highly influenced by Buddhist symbolism. The murals on the walls of Guru Lakhang Monastery, commonly known as Tamang Gompa, are of particular note than as the first and second floor landing murals on the wall. These traditional murals are all over the ceiling and walls of the Guru Lakhang Monastery that looks very colorful and one of a kind. The view from the rooftop of the Tamang Gompa, the Guru Lakhang Monastery, is perhaps the biggest highlight for many of the tourists. Upon exiting the stairway, we'll come across a small roofed area that houses the statue of Buddha. Wow, what a magical view! The view from the rooftop of Guru Lakhang Monastery, commonly known as Tamang Gompa, is beyond words. Turning around and heading straight to the front of the monastery, we will be confronted with a splendid view of Bodhinath Stupa that underwent complete renovation and was completed by the end of 2016. During the earthquake that hit Nepal in 2015, most of the parts of the Bodhinath Stupa went devastated. During the daytime, you will get to see a great view of the Bouddha Stupa as a whole, the very famous the Ajima Harati Shrine, and at night the stupa looks splendid, particularly once the stupa is lit with colorful lights and floodlights. Turning back around to the left, you'll see a small hut where the bottle lamps could be lit. You could buy the bottle lamps in very small amount of price, 5, 10, 15, and depending upon the size, you could lit the bottle lamps and remember to pray for the world peace. Standing next to traditional Tibetan murals representing wheels of life, Bajracharya. This pictorial diagram represents basic concepts of Buddhism, of karma and rebirth in a manner that could be easily understood by everyone. I'm going to explain some meaningful meanings of important parts of this pictorial diagram. The images in these inner wheels represents 3 poisons of ignorance, aversion, and attachment. The second layer represents karma. The third layer represents 6 realms of cycling existence. The fourth layer represents 12 realms of dependent origination. The fierce figure holding the wheel represents impermanence. The moon above the wheel represents liberation from cycling existence, and the Buddha pointing towards the moon represents that the liberation is possible. Once you reach the main floor of Tamang Gompa Guru Lakhang Monastery, you'll come across this entrance that will lead you to the central main prayer hallway. And there you'll come across 5 statues of guarded lions, which is above The elaborated painted doors set in a huge murals-covered walls. There you can also come across the glass-encased statues of various of Buddhas, and things are a lot more quiet and slightly darker here. In this floor, you will sense a heavier incense that is so pleasing to the senses, and with lesser people, this floor looks quite dominant. Feed the pigeon and boost karma, they say. Thangka paintings has its own relevance and significance. Art has no price and no boundaries, and this be the living example of it. Our today's spiritual journey is an ideal place for those interested to seek the blessing into the world of Buddhism. Personally, every time I visit this place, be it music played in the background or the small things, that takes me to a completely different world. The overall energy of this place is commendable, and not forget to mention that this place is truly a spiritual shopping paradise. You can eat and meditate on the view extension of the journey. If you're having a bad day, I suggest you to come here, purify your negative energy and thoughts, revive yourself, and accumulate some good karma and wisdom. And please do not forget to give us the feedback on our today's spiritual journey for our show Pilgrimage Tour. I, Alisha Bajracharya, will have to take an exit for now, but yes, if you're having and going through a hardship, I'm sending you lucks and prayers.